Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Malinowka map, and we've got EBR Assassin in the ELC Even 90, which is one of the smallest tanks in the game. It's a Tier 8 French premium light tank. So he already told his team where he's going, which is going to let people know, where the targets are going to pop up, which is a good idea. So you can get credit for the spotting. And this is a pretty aggressive location here. He's already picked up 1200 hit points of damage there, and also driven one of the enemy light tanks away because he's been spotted, and he would have knew that. So first round of hits went out. Now they're all reloading, and targets are getting behind cover. So first a few seconds of the game, quite vital. But here we go, getting a bit more activity.
Stop your advance.
So now, if you noticed in the first 10 seconds before the game started, it shows you the equipment loadout, because he has field mods loaded. He's got commander's vision system, coated optics, and gun rammer. No, that all actually wasn't gun rammer, but the first two are the low noise exhaust, of course. Yeah, so set up for active scouting. So even though he's doing passive scouting at the moment, you can see his view range there is extending past the end of the enemy camp area. And therefore he's able to pick up quite a lot of targets that are in range there. So got his spotting damage up to 2.5k. Now, although he's locking on targets here, it's not for the purpose of shooting at them. If he shoots now, that'll reduce his camo and potentially, see where the challenger is on the mini-map. That would leave him open to being spotted. So just taking time here. We've only gone through the first few minutes of the game. But most of the enemy tanks now are behind cover. Now, this one of the values of that is that, once they get out of cover, they're able to shoot. Now, by pushing them back like this, that means your team's not taking damage. So this is sort of one of the benefits of keeping them lit. Particularly if they go out behind cover and then come out again, they'll realise they get lit every time, and that will say, alright, well, if I'm going to be lit every time I come to this position, I'll have to find somewhere else. So it does sort of, help manage their access to the map, basically. Alright, that T-20's been taken down, all with the assistance of EBR Assassin's spotting. And there's the Challenger, but they've also spotted an SU-152 and a Scorpion G down that area. So what you can do in this line of bushes is sort of go up and down the line a little bit, but if you're going to break cover, then the best way to do that is to withdraw back towards your own base, circle around and come back in again with the cover in front of you.
I appreciate it.
And it looks like the enemy tanks have all basically gone behind hard cover because they're not getting spotted at the moment. But as soon as they move past, say, a window, or they're relocating in the back line, but they, go past a break in vegetation, then they'll get spotted. Alright, so for example, there's the 1375. Well, it's been spotted by the 1357 most likely, is a bit closer. And having said that, is there any light tank left on the enemy side, and this is a map where light tanks can really help. Obviously the key to light tank performance is being able to spot targets that can be shot by your own team. Alright, so lack of targets means, let's relocate, and here we go, just drawing back towards his own base before swinging around and coming up to the other side, and that's because there are large gaps in the bushes. And there's spotted the Challenger again. Challenger knows he's been spotted through 6 sense and has just withdrawn. good thing about the Challenger being there is you know that he's not gone to another part of the map. Sort of is one of the issues, you know, tying up the resources of the enemy team. Now, they did push the hill, and the hill has been sort of conceded to some extent, but that also means that they're not sort of pushing more tanks up the hill because they need to cover the base, because they're obviously worried about it being overrun. And there we go, there's the Scorpion just popping out from the side of the hill, and did put a shot into the ICU-152, so possibly he's just running binocs to be able to get that sort of vision. Maybe the 152 pushed out a bit too far to try and get targets, but this is yeah, part of the issues, I guess. You can hear some blind shots coming in. They know there's a light tank in the bushes here, but they just don't know exactly where. And luckily, it's a fairly long line of bushes, and he's in a sort of unremarkable spot here too, which will help. It's not right on the edge. There you go, Challenger spotted again, but unfortunately not a target. Alright, so they've officially lost the hill now. They've lost their last heavy tank that was sort of guarding the hill. But you can see the team, well, both teams fairly loaded with tank destroyers, so this will sort of cripple the enemy team a little bit. They don't have other heavy tanks to work with, other than the ones that are on the hill. So the KB-3 and the 703-2 from the enemy side are both up on the hill. That again limits their impact on the game, because now they'll be worried about being spotted on the way down from the hill and taken out by, well, what they'll assume is both the TDs are in the forest there, but that's not really the case. Alright, there's the SU-152 been spotted again, and EBR just deciding to take a different line there. Oh, he's picked up a nice amount of assisted damage from spotting the ISU, or the SU I should say. Alright, so a bit of a quiet period in the game. Oh, and there you go, some more blind shots coming in. That might have been the SU-122. 44 there. As he's just been lit. And their light tank's pushing up fairly aggressively, trying to spot out the tanks on that side. But there's the Scorpion just retreating. It looks a bit jerky, and that's really just the way the client works. The longer range, you get motions chopped up a little bit, so that's not really an issue with the graphics performance or anything like that. It's just simply the game mechanics at work. But in any case, it looks like they've potentially driven the Scorpion away. Alright, there's their light tank. Oh, he's losing hit points. But yeah, just not too much a risk for EBR Assassin to shoot him, and well, there you go, it's been taken out completely. So they've lost their light tank vision. So EBR just coming back here. Oh, he's got the Challenger through a window, and he realises it's being spotted, so he moves back under hard cover. now we've got a tactic that a lot of medium tanks use on this map, which is to come around on the riverside here. You can get hulled down fairly easily, and what he's looking for, and he's basically taking calculated risk that the Scorpion's no longer in the area. And he's just popping up in different ways, just seeing if he's getting spotted, which so far he hasn't. And just reversing in this bush so he can get out of the way, but nothing being spotted yet. Now he knows just purely from the mini-map that the Challenger is close by. In fact, the Challenger comes around the corner. He knows it's being spotted again, but he doesn't know exactly where from, which is good because he's not going to suspect that the light tank is right around the corner from him. DBR just coming around here. Now he can probably clip out this Challenger if he wants to. Yeah, and there he's going. 1, 2, and one more. 3, gets the kill. So really starting to execute the plan now. Now, in terms of the game, well, I've got 2 tanks in their pocket. They are a bit behind on hit points. Quite a few damaged tanks there. But now EBR Assassin can start to roll up this end of the map. So, there's the SU-152 pointing straight at him. He does get spotted there, hardly surprising. But his aim here will be to get the SU-152 completely obliterated by his own team. So there's a few different ways you can accomplish that. One is to come around the outside here, get him proxy spotted. He's not getting an outline here. I think he'll decide to shoot him instead, but he doesn't want him to be looking at him. So it comes back down again to be able to come back on the riverside and come from a slightly different angle. Get this bush between him. Did he get spotted that time? No, he didn't. Okay, he can take a shot now, I think. Aims, aims, aims. Bang, gets the kill. Alright, so 2 kills to EBR Assassin. Now there's only 2 minutes left in the game now. Things are going to have to start moving fairly quickly. There was a lot of inaction in the middle of the game. And there's quite a few enemy tanks to kill. They've got quite a lead now, 4 tanks in the lead. Hit point advantage has swung slightly in the way of EBR Assassin's team. And he's coming up. Going to use the line of houses here to give him front protection. The SU-122-44 will be up on the other side there, and potentially able to spot him. So just coming here, using this line of bushes to keep him covered. In fact, there's the enemy KV-3 who's decided, yep, he's not going to come through there. And he gets the kill there. That's a pretty awesome shot there. Of course, he didn't get spotted either by the Scorpion, who is most likely running binocs. But they're starting to roll the enemy team up now. There's 2 Scorpions and an SU-122-44. He's got one of the Scorpions spotted, but of course he's on reload, so can't do much about it. But he's picking up the assisted damage here. But as soon as they've reloaded, I'm sure we'll pump some shots in. So just coming up, getting the bush dark, so now he won't get spotted when he shoots, assuming he's not in the way. That one goes in the tracks, gets 1 shot, might get the kill here. Yes, he does. And that's 4 kills there to EBR Assassin. 2 tanks left in the game. And there's only 40 seconds, so this is going to be really close. The question is, where are they? And if he spots them, can his own team shoot them? Or at least the SU-122-44 wants to stay out of the way of his gun. Although he's got plenty of hit points to play with, so he can take a hit, but depends where the Scorpion is. No, the other Scorpion's gone down, so now he wants to put a shot in. So there goes 1, there goes another one that bounces. He does take a hit, but went onto his tracks, and that tank gets dealt with by his own team with 6 seconds to go. Alright, I've got the detail here. So 1617 of his own damage, and 4 kills, and another 5800 of assisted damage there, so over 7.4k of combined damage, which is really good. He's picked up the 2 important light tank awards, the Patrol Duty Medal and the Scout Award. Both basically end up with spotting, or Scout is for spotting the most tanks on your team, at least 9, and Patrol Duty for spotting tanks that are then damaged by your team, which I think is at least 7 of those. And of course the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. So let's have a look at the team score. So he's finished well on top there with, oops, let's unclick that. Alright, base experience 1400, nice level there, above the normal level of Ace. Next best player, the other light tank there, getting 1186, but doing less damage. And ISU 152, who's basically backing him up, doing damage, getting nearly 3k, which was the best damage performance there from the team. On the enemy side, the 7032, which was basically helped win the hill, did nearly 3.5k, so shout out to that player there, and he was the standout player on that particular team. So let's have a look at the details. So he's playing light tank, he ended up firing 10 shots. All of those shots hit, so great accuracy, shooting there, 8 penetrations from that. That gave him his damage total. He did have battle payments running as well as mission payouts, so a good time of the year for missions, and end up making a total of 205,000 credits, which is just awesome. Anyway, another great game there from Junior, this time in a light tank. Last time you saw him was in the CS59. We'll have more games from Junior to come. And hopefully, if you're watching this and you liked it, you'll give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, it's something you should consider doing. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.